What is going on, my friends? Ryan Williams here, back with another one, and we are now in October of 2021, which it is just so insane to think how quickly this year has flown by, and what a wild year it has been, guys. Thank goodness that we have dividend investing to keep us all sane, right? At any rate, it is a brand new month, which means it is time for another dividend portfolio update. In this video, I'll be opening up my entire dividend stock portfolio to you guys, where I will show you how my portfolio has been performing in the last month, which, spoiler alert, it is not good, but we'll get into that. Which stocks I bought in the month of September, what dividend investing moves I'm planning to make in the future, as well as some other things I have going on in this portfolio, so be sure to stick around until the end so you don't miss a thing. Anyway, before we get rocking and rolling, if you guys are stoked to talk about some dividend stocks today, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. And whether you're new to my channel or have seen some of my videos before, if you're enjoying this content, I'd ask you to consider hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all future videos and follow me along on my dividend investing journey. Anyway, thank you so much for doing that. You guys are awesome. And now, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, my friends, before we jump over to the screen and get into this month's dividend portfolio update, there is one thing that I would like to address. It has been brought to my attention recently from actually a handful of you guys in the comment section that there's been comments popping up in my videos that look somewhat like this, and it looks as though they're coming from me. I just want to let you guys know, anytime you see something like this, it is not me. I am not on WhatsApp, and I definitely don't type out my comments like this. I just wanted to make that clear because I don't want you guys to fall victim to these scams. That's exactly what they are. It's people trying to scam you and somehow get money out of you from responding to these comments and going to that WhatsApp number, whatever the call to action is. So I just wanted to address that real quick, and now let's actually jump over to the screen and get into the dividend portfolio update. All right, my friends, what we are looking at here is my dividend portfolio tracking spreadsheet version 3.0, which you guys can grab for free if you want. There is a link to it in the description of this video, but this is what I use to track my portfolio. Every time I buy stocks, I go and update this thing. It has all of my holdings, as you'll see in just a moment. And what we are looking at here on this page right here is just kind of an overview of my entire portfolio. We call it the dashboard here. It shows my portfolio's current market value, my dividend yield, income, total gain, just some basic information as it pertains to my entire portfolio. And what I'd first like to do is compare my portfolio's performance in the month of September to previous months, and I will let you guys know right off the bat, it has really taken a hit. So my portfolio's current market value is $27,090.51. And my total gain, as you can see right here, is 3.17%, which in terms of dollars is $832.17. Now, last time we did one of these portfolio update videos, which would have been at the beginning of last month, my portfolio's market value and total gain was actually higher. So if we refer to last month's performance, or the last time we did one of these videos, you guys can see that my portfolio's market value at the beginning of September was $27,350.74, which means just in the last month, I'm down about $350, and this is after contributing about $500 to this portfolio throughout the month of September. So the performance of this portfolio has really gone down in the last month. As you guys can see, last month, the total gain was sitting at 7.52%. But if we jump back over to the dashboard real quick, you guys can see my total gain is 3.17%. So what's that? That's a loss of about almost 4.5% in unrealized gain just in the last 30 days, which really is bittersweet. But going back even one more month, so 2 months ago at the beginning of August, my portfolio's market value was actually sitting about where it's at now. So at the beginning of August, it was at $27,075.98, but the total gain was way higher, about 6% higher than where it's currently sitting. So at the beginning of August, my portfolio's total gain was 9.17%. And then once again, referring back to where it's at now, I've lost about 6% in unrealized gain in the last 2 months, which in a nutshell, guys, essentially what I'm trying to say is the last couple months have been rough for my portfolio. I've lost some unrealized gain, but as I mentioned, it is very bittersweet because as the price of my stocks has been decreasing over the last couple months, it has made these stocks less expensive to purchase, which is actually a good thing because it means we are able to get some dividend income at a lesser value or without having to invest as much money. And so from here, guys, let's jump over to Seeking Alpha and see just how bad things have been in the last month. So switching pages real quick, this is my entire portfolio here on Seeking Alpha, all of my holdings, and I've categorized it to show the last month's performance, organized from best performing to worst performing. So you guys can see just in the last 30 days, only 2 out of my 20 stocks have been in the green in the last 30 days. The rest, guys, have just plummeted in share price. So if we scroll down and see the biggest losers, both 3M and AbbVie have dropped over 10%. Okay, Realty Income is just about there, just just 0.01% shy of being down 10% in the last month. Altria Group, AWR, J&J, Coca-Cola, WP Carey, Southern Company, Lockheed Martin, which is a new stock in my portfolio, which we'll talk more about in a minute. But essentially the whole rest of my portfolio is just really down, guys, which explains the 4% drop in my portfolio's overall gains. But like I said, guys, this is not all bad. This actually can be looked at as a good thing because now it means I can pick up AbbVie for 10% less than I was able to last month. The same thing is true with 3M and all these other stocks that are currently in the red. So reiterating the point that I made a moment ago, yes, although I am not profiting as much on these stocks, if I wanted to buy them, I could do so right now for cheaper than I could 30 days ago, which is good. And one other thing to keep in mind too, guys, is that the drop in share price isn't necessarily tied to the fundamentals of the business. So just because 3M is down 10%, AbbVie is down over 10% in the last month, doesn't mean that they're all of a sudden bad companies to invest in. In fact, for a lot of investors, especially dividend investors like you and me, it can make these stocks more attractive to purchase, which means in October, I bet we're all gonna be going on a pretty good dividend stock shopping spree. And speaking of shopping sprees, guys, let's switch gears real quick and talk about some of my purchases in the month of September. So as you guys can see on the screen here, the bulk of my purchases in September came from one company, and that is Intel. On September 8th, 14th, and 21, 3 weeks in a row, I contributed $125 and invested all of that into Intel, which if we add all these quantities up here, that's about 2, 4, 6, maybe about seven plus shares of Intel purchased in September. And then moving over to this next screenshot, I did pick up a little bit of AbbVie as well on September 21st. I contributed an additional $125 and bought just over 1 share of AbbVie because it had really gone down in share price. I think that was a day that it had dropped, maybe, you guys might remember this day on September 21st. It dropped something like 7 or 8%, right? Somewhere in that range. It dropped a whole bunch, so I picked up some shares of AbbVie. And that pretty much covers all of the purchases that I made in September, guys. It wasn't a really eventful month as far as buying different stocks go. If you've been watching my recent videos, you'll know that I've been just putting a lot of energy into building out my Intel position. I think it's been at a really good discount, and I actually still will probably continue to buy it a little bit in October, but I'm almost at my allocation goal for Intel. If we switch over to this page right here, guys, scroll over a little bit, you guys can see this actual allocation versus target allocation here. My original goal was to get Intel up to 3%, which we're almost there. I probably only need 1 or 2 more shares to get it to that 3% mark. And as I just said, I'll probably continue to buy Intel as we go into October. But for now, guys, I'm actually switching gears and just recently added a new stock to my portfolio. And a lot of you guys know which one that is. For those of you who don't, I just added Lockheed Martin to my portfolio, going to this portfolio summary page. Actually, just yesterday, guys, I made my first purchase into Lockheed Martin, and with a $125 contribution, was able to pick up 0.36 shares of Lockheed Martin. So this is my first tranche here, and I'm actually already down on this position. No, I guess I'm not. But going back over to this diversification page, let's talk about some future plans, guys. So moving forward, I will now be putting my energy into building out my Lockheed Martin position. I have actually switched around my target allocations a little bit to accommodate for a bigger Lockheed Martin position and more of a technology position. So I'm gonna build out my Lockheed Martin to hit this 11% in industrials, guys, which means I have about 3.87% to go. And given that I only contribute $125 a week into this portfolio, it may take me some time to build out this Lockheed Martin position. But actually, guys, this is something I'm chewing on, and I'm just now saying it for the first time out loud to you guys right now. I have been throwing around the idea of bumping up my contributions a little bit. I have some cash sitting on the side that I've been waiting to deploy into my portfolio, but I have not figured out exactly how I want to do it. I've also thrown around the idea of putting some of that cash into a mixture of high dividend yield covered called ETFs. I did a video on that recently. And that is still something that is on my to-do list, but I also may contribute some more to individual stocks so I can build out this Lockheed Martin position a little bit quicker, get my industrials where I want them to be. And then same thing with technology. I used to have a 3% target allocation for technology, but before I filmed this video, like I said, I've been playing with these target allocations, and I want to actually make technology a bigger portion of my portfolio. So instead of 3%, I now allocated 5%, or that's my target. And in making these changes, guys, I've reduced my allocations in some of these other sectors. So I've dropped communications down from a 12.5% target allocation to now 11%. Consumer discretionaries come down from 6.5% to now 6%. Consumer staples originally was at 25%, and I've slowly been bringing it down It was recently at 23, now it's at 22%. Financials have actually bumped up from 7% to 8%. I don't know what I'm gonna do there. I might just buy some more Main Street Capital Corporation or some ORCC. And I've also reduced my real estate allocation from 11% to now 10%. So I'm liking the way this is looking a little bit better. It's gonna help me create a little bit more balance, build out that technology position. And with that, I may add another stock, or I may make Intel just all 5% of that technology allocation. I've been talking about buying into Microsoft, but we'll see if a buying opportunity comes around for that. Knock on wood, I would be so stoked to add Microsoft to my portfolio, but I think it's looking pretty pricey right now. So we'll see what happens there, guys. At least for now, my main focus is gonna be buying Lockheed Martin. And we'll just take every day, every week, every month as it comes. I'm always tweaking things. I'm always playing with these allocations and the stocks I wanna add, and I don't know if you guys are the same way, but I actually have fun tinkering around with this portfolio, changing out my target allocations. Maybe in my spreadsheet, I'll add like a random stock, see how it affects the entire portfolio or something like that. But anyway, I have fun constantly making these little changes and fine-tuning the portfolio to my liking, which changes as I develop more as an investor and get deeper and deeper into this stuff. It's a constant evolution, guys, but it's been a wild journey. It's been a really fun one too, so we'll see what happens. All right, guys, moving on. The last thing I want to talk about as it pertains to my portfolio is my stock watch list. I actually, in the last month, removed one stock from this watch list. So I took Best Buy, ticker symbol BBY, off of my watch list, guys. Not because I think it's a bad stock. I actually think it's at a pretty good discount right now. The dividend stats aren't too bad. It's a good company to invest in, I think. But I have decided that indefinitely, no matter what, I would rather have both either Lowe's or Target in my portfolio over Best Buy. So I just was like, there's no really point in keeping it in my watch list for now. I really don't have any plans or really any interest in buying it, even though it's not a bad investment. Like I said, there's just other ones that I would rather add to my portfolio. And as it stands, I actually don't even need any more consumer discretionary right now. Starbucks currently makes up all of my consumer discretionary allocation. And at this time, I really don't have any plans to add another stock to that sector. But if I did, guys, just telling you right now, it would be Target. Even Target would beat out Lowe's. And I may even remove Lowe's from my watch list in the future too, who knows, and just really, keep it centered on Target, but we'll see. All right, guys, and that wraps it up for this month's dividend portfolio update. But before we head to the conclusion and end the video, I want to put a bug in your guys' ear to please stay tuned for the next video. It's gonna be a really, really special one where I do a dividend investing Q&A. You guys may remember I recently put up a community post asking you guys to submit questions, and I got a lot of great questions, and I'm very stoked for you guys to see this Q&A video. In this upcoming video, just to give you guys a little preview, I will be answering questions like which dividend stocks or sectors performed the best in the fourth quarter, also which ones would be good to invest with rising inflation concerns, how does being in the red affect the dividend stocks, and what are the best dividend stocks to invest for beginners? And this is just the tip of the iceberg as far as questions goes, guys. I'll be answering about 7 or 8 different dividend stock investing questions asked by you guys in the next video. So please make sure you guys check it out. It would mean a lot to me. I would really appreciate it. And that pretty much wraps it up for this video, guys. So thank you so much for watching and sticking around until the end if you are still here with me. Before you go and click off to the next one, please leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys have going on in your portfolios for the month of October. Which stocks are you buying? What's looking good? What moves are you guys making? I would be curious to hear what you guys have going on in your portfolios in the comments below. So definitely let me know. Also, just a quick reminder, if you are still here with me and enjoyed watching this video, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Okay, go hit that like button before you move on to the next video. And if you're interested in seeing more content from me, please hit that subscribe button as well. At this point, I'm putting out 2 videos every single week. I upload one on Wednesdays and one on Sundays, and guys, I'm loyal to it. I never miss a video. I never miss an upload. It's important. So got to get you guys that content. There's a lot of good stuff coming your way. So hit that subscribe button and stay up to date with all these videos, guys. There's a lot going on. And with that said, I will now get out of your guys' hair. But thank you once again so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.